Hi, this is Steve McCann from PhillyGayCalendar.com here at QFest 2012. We just finished watching Dirty Poole, and we're here now with the director and the star of the film, Wakefield Poole. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you, thank you. Nice to be back here.
So tell us a little about this movie.
Well, Dirty Poole is the story of Wakefield Poole, who was a very, very famous gay filmmaker, who then went through about 5 different lives, I guess we could say. It's a work in progress, so it's not completed yet. We're still trying to raise post-production funds, but we wanted to show it at a few festivals, get some input as to how people thought it was going, and for a chance for me to see it in front of an audience and be able to make changes based on that. So it's really valuable to see it in front of people.
Yeah, you can feel.
Yeah.
You can feel it with. It's very strange. It's a magical thing. You can feel when the audience drops, and you can feel when it picks back up. So it's very important, you know. It's also bearing your soul to put it out there unfinished, and but it worked. It worked tonight.
Yeah,
I'd never seen it. Tonight was my first time. So
tell us about making some of the adult movies that you made back in the 70s. What were some of the biggest difficulties you have making it at that time?
the biggest difficulty was getting the film developed. I had to go and meet a guy who worked at a lab at 8 o'clock in the morning at a little coffee shop, and I gave him my footage from the day before in a paper bag, and he would bring it back the next morning and give it back to me all developed. And that was the hardest thing, is to getting people to do the technical side, which you can't do. You can't develop movie film. You can do still films, but you can't do movie film. So that was the most difficult part. The rest was all fun and great, and wonderful memories, and no pressure on me, because I wasn't doing it to make money. I was just doing it to make a movie, and I tried to do that every time I made a movie, was just to make a movie and to do something different and to learn, and whatever I'd learned on the movie before,
have a good time.
I put in the movie, the next movie I was doing. So it was a learning experience.
Well, what impact do you think your movies made on the gay rights movement?
Oh, a big impact. I didn't realize it until a couple of years later, when I would meet people and they would say, "Oh my God, I didn't even see the movie, but when I saw your name and I knew you were a real person and you were gay and you put your name out there and your real name," it just gave me such a thrill, and made me know that I had hope. And then people who saw the film said, "I came out after I went to see your movie. I finally came out." And so I've had a lot of feedback through all the years from people that were affected by it. And of course the industry was affected by it, because then a year after I made Boys in the Sand, the people and the powers that be decided there was money to be made there and to make something worthwhile, and they made Deep Throat, which made those millions and millions of dollars, because they saw what I did with my little movie, and they thought, well, we can do better. And they did, not a better movie, but they did better financially. But that's the difference between straight and gay, Everything's in perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, with all of the adult movies that are so readily available today, do you think that pornography still has the same impact on society as it did when you'd made it?
I don't really know, but what I will say is my first intention was to make a movie that was pretty and that people were proud of doing what they were doing, and that's what the pornography industry has become. It's become very beautifully photographed and beautiful people, and the sex is good. So what can I ask for? Except maybe a little brains, put in with the mixture. That would help. But I got what I asked for, and that's pretty for pornography, and that's what we got today.
And now this is still a work in progress, so how can people support this movie?
Well, do you want me to hold it, or you can hold it? Grab the mic. You can go to dirtypoole.com, and that's pool with an E on the end, Dirty Poole, Poole, and there is a place to make donations. Donations are tax deductible because I have a fiscal sponsor from the San Francisco Film Society. Donation gifts: remastered Boys in the Sand, remastered Bijou, Hot Flash T-shirts, which is the store Wake had in San Francisco, Wake's autobiography, Dirty Poole, great stuff for pennies on the dollar. So that's really the way we're making this film, is donors are giving us money, and we're doing it that way. It's tough to get grants, it's tough to get financing these days for anything, particularly if there's porn involved, weirdly enough. Although it will, it makes money because it's about porn. People don't want to put money into it at the beginning. It sort of sullies them, even though this isn't porn at all. In fact, it's much more about how someone gets through a long life with many things happening to them, and how you pick yourself up and keep going after things go wrong. And Wake's had a lot of things go wrong in his life, but he's always managed to come back on top.
Made a lot of lemonade.
A lot of lemonade out of the lemons, that's right.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, too. Thank you very much.